everybody, welcome back to another video. This week this is the weekly overview video, so today will obviously be a bit of a longer session, but it's going to be filled with plenty alpha for the week and plenty information of what's happening, where I see markets going. I'm going to do quite a broad overlook here. I'm going to cover Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Solana, as well as I'm going to go over the altcoin index, where that is sitting. I'm going to go over as well liquidity. Where's the liquidity with Bitcoin sitting? What can we expect to see is the next move? Where are we heading? Should we be panicking? Should we not? But with that being said, let's get this started. So obviously everything that I'm sharing today is not financial advice at all. This is all just for entertainment purposes. So yeah, if you have any questions, drop them down below or catch me on my Twitter and ask me any questions on my Twitter. I'm going to start doing, obviously I've started doing daily outlook. So on there I cover Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP and Solana. Sometimes a bit between XRP and Solana. Sometimes it's both of them, depending on how much movement it's happened overnight or any news or anything like that. So with that being said, this is going to be a video filled with information. So sit back, relax. With that being said, let's start off on the Bitcoin chart on the weekly. So with that being said, on the weekly, that closed in about 9.5 hours. We're having this bearish engulfing forming, as well as this lower high. Yes, there's no lower low, but this high is lower than that high. So should we panic? No, there's no reason. Specifically because we've seen price at this level find support, which is this 192,500 level. We've seen price find beautiful support, but when we came down here and we had the beautiful push away, we never had price come back and reject this sort of area, which we got a rejection there, break above, failed to find support and push up. Here we were holding, we had a break above, now we're back, could be retesting. So this week, with us obviously going into February, and February overall being a bullish month, is going to be quite interesting, because what we could see in the next couple hours is we had a closure like this, and obviously this is a weekly, maybe Monday, Tuesday, even Wednesday, have that push slightly down, right, to form that weekly wick. But then what we could possibly see from there is we then have almost a hammer form, if we call it like that. My drawings are horrible, I know that, but we could see a little rejection hammer off here, which would be ideal, because then that following week, going into the second week of it, we get a bit more of a bullish engulfing that will give us momentum to break through this 106 that we have been struggling to break, and then possibly even pulling in and getting to 110. So we come down to obviously the daily we have a absolutely beautiful left head, right shoulder. So again, there's no need to panic with this left, so their head, that right shoulder, and we're having that breakthrough right now. So with this being said, yes, I know this is a bearish reversal pattern, but we've had that beautiful run up. It obviously has now broken structure, and we have now turned bearish on the daily time frame, which is fine, because you don't need to panic. This level here, this 198, 199, between 198 and 199 is very important, because we've seen price when we're above it, we find support, when we're below to find resistance, support. But if you look here, we never had a clean retest. We had price come in here, rejected for one day, price came here, rejected. We've never had price do something like this, breakthrough, beautiful retest, and then push up. We've had the break, we had a beautiful retest and pushed up. So that is what we could be seeing here forming, is that price is not absolutely done, gonna kill us, whatever it may be. I truly believe if for this whole thing to be invalid, we'd have to get a body closure below this 192,500 area. Like if we get a body closure like that, then we are in serious shit. Excuse the language. Because what that would then mean is on the weekly, if we got a body closure, we are body closing below 193, 194, and this 92,500 area. What that basically is confirming is that double chop, and then we could see a possible push all the way back down to about 72,000. So there's no need to obviously panic. We just got to obviously wait and see how this forms out. On the 4 hour, it is quite positive, which is very nice. We obviously have this left head, right shoulder, sort of, and then we have that break, and now we're getting this beautiful rejection, which closes in about an hour and a half. So within the next hour and a half, if we do get that bullish engulfing to come back to retest this area, if on the retest we get that break above and find support, that will be extremely bullish again. We basically then see this exact move happening and get that rejection, that push, hesitate, and then break through support and continue pushing up. So that's this coming week will be very, very vital. Obviously being February and everything will be very vital. So stay up to date with me on my Twitter when I update this regularly, early in the morning before we probably even wake up. It is there. So it is a great place to obviously get your first bit of info, see what's happening before you even open this with stressing. I've covered you. I've made sure that you don't have to panic when you wake up in the morning. So onto Ethereum. So Ethereum gave us this past week a little bit of a fake out. Gave us a beautiful week. Everyone was like, yeah, it's breaking. Like I've always said, your closure is more important than the actual candle. So with that being said, is on the weekly, where do I see price coming? I generally see price coming down to this 2900 level. Very, very similar to what we've done here. Very, very similar to this sort of exact pattern here. Why? I actually see it possibly even coming down to 2750. Why? Because here, when we had this beautiful push down, end of last year, we had this left head, right shoulder, and that beautiful explosive burst up. When you usually get a left head, right shoulder, or a reversal pattern, for instance, you usually have to have that retest. So because it's obviously weekly, we had a beautiful break, which was fine, but now we're looking to come back to this area to reject it and then push from it. What that will do here is when this closes, what that could possibly be is this next week be that candle down, something similar to that candle there, a rejection hammer, have candle come down and then reject and close within the zone, which will be perfect. We look for the following week, bullish engulfing, and we're absolutely fine. So at this point, I'm not panicking. I'm not worried that, oh, this is the end, we are done, everything. Nope, it just makes logical sense. If you can even look here, like price had that super clean break, price never retested this area, and if we zoom out with this area, we can clearly see that when price is above it, we're using it as support. When price is below it, so that's why I had it like this. When price is below it, we're using it as resistance. We've never had that retest of this area, so that is what we're coming to do. We're coming down here to retest this area and then to possibly bounce off it. So for right now, I'm not stressed. This will probably have to see a break of this trend line, break and retest of this trend line to go long, which will indicate that okay, we are now bullish. So with that being said, Ethereum this next week, I could surprise possibly push up and then possibly start pushing back down towards 288, 2750. I think will probably be the lowest it will go. Maybe it won't get there this week, but I do see 2750 as an alternative and as basically the final level we will get to will be to this 2750 to 800 roughly. So back to that, onto XRP. XRP, very similar to Bitcoin, we have that, but again, what's happened here, which is absolutely bullish, is, and probably the best looking chart, is we've had that higher low officially form above the $2, which is super bullish, because it means if we break below this, we are obviously now bearish. But we've had that break, so now what are we doing? It is simple. We are coming back to retest the structure point, which is absolutely fine. So this structure point here, this is obviously the weekly. If you come to the daily, this structure point here is here, and that is why we are obviously getting this sort of doji forming, which goes in about 9 hours 20, and will be absolutely fine if price closes and pushes down some more and gets to this 2750. Why? Well, when price gets here, we can get that beautiful rejection to then possibly go long from here. But as well, we have this EMA underneath us, holding us, retesting structure, retesting this area of interest, because we have resistance, support, and now we are retesting the daily EMA, which is another bullish point. We also retest around psychological number, $2.70. So with XRP, this retest here is absolutely fine. So everyone's freaking out, and that, which is absolutely fine, because what you must actually be doing now is positioning and thinking, okay, where are we going next? What is our next move? So as much as everyone is selling off and saying we are done, no, the only difference is that this cycle, there's so much retail and there's so many people, old people, new people in crypto, that when you basically literally have a retracement, everyone thinks that the whole market is collapsing, when actually it's not. All that it is doing is just having a bit of a retest, because it has to do it. The market cannot physically just go up in a straight line. You've got to have a higher high, and then a higher low, and then that higher high. So right now we are having that little pullback, which is absolutely fine. So there's no need to panic, there's no need to stress. It has become a lot more of a trader's game, but that's absolutely fine. Once you understand it, you'll understand it. That's why I'm here to guide you. So with that being said, Solana, which is obviously the final one for today, is out here on the weekly. We have a beautiful, so we had this beautiful double top, we had that break, that retest, and we did fail to break above this high, which means that this is not a high low, which is a bit of a worry. But again, it's nothing that we haven't seen before. We are here, this 185 is still a solid level. So what am I saying? Okay, well, on the daily, we had a beautiful double bottom. We had this beautiful break, and then price came down. We thought, oh, okay, it's coming down to retest. We thought that was a retest, right? But it wasn't. We've come a bit deeper now, and this EMA is above it, which is not worrying, but it's a bit more not aligning. So Solana is not looking the greatest at the moment, and this is just, again, my general thoughts. This is what I'm seeing, what I'm thinking, is that it is not looking the greatest. So what's next? Come down here to 4 hours, you can see that we are below this little area, which is fine. We're consolidating a little bit. If today we manage to close as a doji like that, that is all then super bullish actually, because what that means is this next week can open, maybe have a small wick down, and then go bullish. On this weekly here, basically what would happen is we'd have that small little wick, and maybe this week again would get a little hammer, or not like that, but we'll have a little rejection hammer, something like that, which means that price will open here, reject into this little area, into like that, where that sort of structure point is, and then the following week look for that engulfing. So I think this next week with NFP, with all of this news, obviously February supposedly being a super bullish one, this first week is going to be a bit, we're going to see a bit more downside. So downside, how far do I see the downside personally going? I don't see a downside much further than call it 200. If we do see that, it will become a bit more of a worry for me. But again, like I said, if you keep you up to date on my Twitter, there's no need to panic because I'm looking at it, I'm giving you my view, giving you my technical analysis, and that is what it is oaks are so worried about fundamentals and the headlines. You must have an entry strategy, you must have an exit strategy, but more importantly, the technicals show the fundamentals, and I truly believe in this. With that being said, Bitcoin liquidity, where are we, what are we expecting? So if you can see here, this is roughly where we are now, around this 98,000 level, which is fine. 99, which is absolutely fine. So there is a bit more of liquidity down this 97,500, but beautiful here now. What is very nice is that we are seeing this whole beautiful build up of liquidity on the upside, but a lot, which is incredibly bullish, because what this means is once price has cleared out this, like I said, this is the 97, maybe 96, which lines up perfectly. Like we said, is we could see price come down this 90, 98, 96, which is here, which is fine. Like I said, if we are looking for this little rejection candle, it will be perfect because we liquidate all these positions here, as we'll liquidate them and then we'll start looking for the upside. So again, Bitcoin super still bullish on it. It is not the end, there's no reason to panic. Altcoins on the other hand, so this is altcoins. So this is, at this current moment we're sitting at 55. So your altcoins is also Solana, XRP, Chainlink, basically all of these, Ethereum, all of these besides Bitcoin, which is fine. What am I seeing here? So we came here and literally for about, I think it was a decent amount, literally for nearly 2 months, we've been having this beautiful accumulation phase. Well, what's happened today, or since the 25th of Jan, 30th of Jan, has been very bullish. Before we had this as a lower high and that as a lower low, right? Well, what's happened now is we've had that break above, which means this is the lower high and this is the higher low and that is the higher high. So all that we could be doing now is we are coming back to retest the slow structure. Yes, this is a line chart, but a line chart and a bar chart and or a candlestick chart, they're all basically the same once you understand how to read them. All that we're doing now is we're coming back to retest this, so we could see that rejection and that push up, and that rejection and that push up from there lines up exactly with what we are expecting here, is that rejection and that push up, the rejection and the push up. If this is not showing that, listen, we are nowhere close to the end, there's just so much noise out there right now. So that's why I say there's no reason to panic. This is going to be an interesting week. It's going to be an interesting first week of February, which is fine. But like I said, if you look across the market, majority is down 1%, 0.8, 2, 3. It's really down nothing. There's been times where these things have been down 13, 14, 15, 16, 17%, sometimes 30, 40%. So there's really no reason to panic. Everyone is panicking because they thought Trump's going to come in and Trump is going to blow this market and everything's going to pump, and that's just not the case at the moment. This is where we're sitting and this is how it is. So there's no reason to stress. Pendle's actually up 2%, which is fine. There's no reason to stress, there's no reason to panic. Stay updated on my Twitter, and I will from now on be doing daily uploads on YouTube, either whether it is doing market skills, so market structure, moving averages, how I draw up my charts, how I identify my zones, how I read price, how I read candles, all of this, those will be coming out this next week. I will as well do a midweek update. So on Wednesday, I'll do a midweek update on what has happened, or what has happened this week and where I see it going. So that being said, thank you very much for watching. Remember, this is not financial advice. This is just pure entertainment. Subscribe down below. Follow me on my Twitter, and I'll see you very soon.